It is in fact a miracle where Japan Airlines plane was set on fire on the runway of Tokyo's Haneda Airport after colliding with a Coast Guard aircraft. In fact, it was a miraculous escape for over 500 plus passengers and crew members who were left unscathed by that collision. In fact, visuals on your screens of that ball of fire that the commercial plane came into being. In fact, the first visual showed that the plane moving along the runway before an explosion of orange flames burst from beneath and behind it. There were in all over 367 passengers on board the Airbus plane. They were evacuated, and this was by the quick thinking of the crew members that allowed for the evacuation to take place in less than 90 seconds. The cause of the incident right now was not immediately cleared, but reports say that the Airbus collided with a Coast Guard aircraft which strayed into the runway, where a signal that was given by the ATC to allow for the commercial aircraft to land on the Haneda airport. Brian on the show with me. Brian, what updates do we have? A miraculous escape. Obviously, there are analyses that are pouring in, but the quick thinking of the crew members allowed for the safe evacuation of every single one of the passengers and the crew members as well as the pilots led to this story becoming top headlines across the globe.
Well, yes, definitely, Megha. All 379 people on board Japan Airlines plane miraculously survived this very devastating fire, which followed a collision also with a Coast Guard aircraft at Tokyo's Haneda Airport that happened. However, unfortunately, 5 out of 6 crew of the Coast Guard aircraft were also, found dead in the crash while the captain escaped. Even the Coast Guard spokesperson said that regarding the Coast Guard plane, they have been informed that the captain escaped and 5 people were confirmed dead, as said even by Japanese Transport Minister Tetsuo Saito. But yes, it is a miraculous thing that happened where miraculously all 367 passengers and even 12 crew members were successfully evacuated, and even the Coast Guard said that the collision involved its aircraft that was headed to Niigata Airport on Japan's west coast, carrying aid for the victims of the recent New Year's Day.
There's also a lot of speculation, right? At this point, everybody is wanting to know how did the collision happen? Why did the Coast Guard aircraft that was carrying 6 of the crew members and the pilots ended up straying into the runway that was allocated, that was freed for the commercial aircraft, the Japan Airline aircraft, to land?
Megha, right now, the Coast Guard also said that, the collision that involved its aircraft that was, headed to Niigata Airport on Japan's west coast was actually carrying aid for the victims of the recent New Year Day's earthquake, which resulted in at least 48 fatalities. And a Japanese airline spokesperson also said that the flight had originated from Shintisose Airport in Hokkaido. And in response to the incident, also Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida also directed pertinent agencies to, quickly evaluate the situation and keep the public informed as per the office. And following the crash, also Haneda Airport has temporarily shut down all its runways, as reported by an airport spokesperson also. And even Haneda, which is also one of Japan's busiest airports, which sees very high traffic, especially during New Year holidays. So,
not to mention, of course, the havoc that has been created and the emergency situation that had to be catered to by the airlines, by the ATC, and that led to this confusion of giving the free runway space to 2 aircrafts, and that led to that unfortunate incident. Thank you, Brian, for giving us those details.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.